Okay. Now, clear the music. Just kill the music. Be clear. Good morning and welcome to Huseby Drone Take 2. Are you there, Lloyd?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Well, my body's here. My mind is off somewhere in the Ethernet somewhere.
A couple of minutes before the show just now, things crashed and went really, really bad, and I was not having a good start to the day. I'll say that much.
Well, just to add to your good start from my side, I was wondering, are you in a football stadium?
No. Am I echoing?
Yeah, really bad, at least from my side.
I'll tell you what we'll do. If you click to my producer on the rendezvous dashboard, in the middle one, turn that off and turn on Rode into USB. Turn that off, yep, and turn on Rode into USB.
Okay, now I lost your sound completely.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
So you're going to have me now, but you're not going to have any of the program audio. But just for a quick update for my viewers, everything is totally messed up today because I had a computer die in the middle of the week. My laptop that's normally here that I use to do titling died, and I've reconfigured the studio. It's not exactly as it normally would be. So anyway, let's get on with that. Welcome to Huseby Drone. Thank you, Lloyd, for filling in. John Morrison, our regular co-host, called me a short while ago and said he's up in Brisbane for the Big Band Blast, and his iPad he forgot to bring with him. So we're having all sorts of stuff. Is anything else going to go wrong today?
Probably, but we'll deal with it.
Okay, we've got a lot of good stuff today. We've got Tal, who's going to be joining us after the news. Tal is from flythere.com. See, I even got the name right. I didn't get that bit wrong. So Tal is going to be with us. We're going to talk about Flythere, which is just about ready to come out of beta. And it's a really, really cool way to go and do virtual tourism and fly a drone in another part of the world, explore in places that you haven't been or you couldn't otherwise go to. So we're going to have a look at that. Now, normally at this time, I would say it's time for the news, and this really big, funky graphic would come up. But like I said, the computer's dead. So now it's time for the news. That's the kind of teletype signal. No fancy graphics. So starting with our first story, let's watch the video. There we go. And the audio for this isn't working either. So anything else that can go wrong today probably will. So Swiss Air Rescue Services, Riga, they've got a new tool in the search for missing people when they've got a drone that can autonomously scan large areas and identify potential targets. Their heat-seeking drone is designed to help human rescue teams find people who are lost, injured, or ill in the mountains of Switzerland and, I'm going to have fun saying this, Liechtenstein, where Riga operates. This video clip is showing the hardware components, but the magic that you cannot see is the automation where the drone can be programmed with search parameters and seek out people within the specified area and report back.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. So, like I said, the hardware that we saw in the video is interesting, but it's not the core of what it is that is part of that technology. It's really the underlying automation and artificial intelligence to go and spot, identify people, and to report that back and work together with helicopter pilots on the ground to rescue.
Yeah, that's good. And it's good to see they're using this technology for something good. And it's always any good news item that has to do with this technology is always a benefit to all of us. So,
yeah. So now our next news story is going to be pretty boring, I think, because I've got a story with a someone who's reading a news story for us. We actually found something that was interesting, and without the audio, I'm going to have to overdub the audio today. So let's just play the clip. We've got yet another drone sighting at an airport, and it's forced a shutdown of operations at Frankfurt. While researching this, I found this particular unique perspective from Alan Yu. So I would normally say, "What happened, Alan?" And he would tell us all about it and how they shut down services in and out of Frankfurt. But what is even more interesting is the second story that Alan finds. So Alan's having a look at other aviation-related incidents, and he found a story about a turtle that went through the windshield of a car. So what's the question that we need to answer? Maybe we need to regulate flying turtles as well as drones.
I was scared you were going to say that.
The actual truth of the story is that the turtle was going across the road. A truck hit the turtle and caused it to get pushed out under the tires and get launched into the air and go through the windshield of a car.
I'm sorry. That's hilarious. I mean, I feel bad for the car owner. And were turtles harmed in the in this new segment?
Look, all I can say is it was just the most incredible pairing of two stories together, and I'm really, really annoyed that we're having trouble with our audio today. It was working perfectly before the show, but then Wirecast crashed and everything ended. But anyway, back onto the story. It is a really, really funny pairing. But back to the point. Was it actually a drone at the airport in question? We don't have any footage of it yet again. Every single time someone cries wolf and they say there's a drone above the airport, we pretty much never have anything to be found, no evidence. And let me ask this question. How many people have been killed by a drone? Still, the answer is 0. How many people have been killed by flying turtles? Well, still 0 too, but we've had an impact.
You knew I was going to ask, right? So you beat me to it.
So in the last story, we looked at a drone sighting at the airport. The question is, what should we actually do about drones flying where they shouldn't be flown? Miami police invited a counter-drone company during the Ultra Music Festival to keep the skies free of drones. However, a report has been made to the authorities in response to the testing, which may have violated US federal law. Now, we've got a picture of the music festival there somewhere. There we go. Interesting. Music festival, they've got their systems, they're protecting against drones, but they're actually doing more than detecting. Their system that was being tested had countermeasures as well. Thoughts?
Well, I heard about this the other day, and from what I understand, they violated FAA regulations by using the countermeasures because only the FAA and the National NTSB, I think, are allowed to use those in the military, are allowed to actually use that software inside the United States. It can't be operated by a civilian organization like that.
Absolutely. And here's the point. They're using technology to bring down, and I'm going to use the word very deliberately, an aircraft, to bring down an aircraft. Yep. Now, I remember on one of the streams that you and Mel were on the other day where someone shot down a drone out of the sky using a traditional ballistic weapon. Now, legally speaking, shooting down a drone versus using a tool like that to shoot down a drone versus shooting down a 747, legally, it's all the same thing. It's all the same law under aviation law.
Yes, yeah. And said person, I think, is going to be in the person that shot that drone down with a gun out in California is going to be in some really deep problems. If
aviation authorities actually do something about it.
If they actually do something about it, yeah.
Yeah. We've had multiple drones shot down in Australia, and they haven't even recorded it on the ATSB database. An aircraft crashes as a result of interference from the ground, and it's not even worthy of listing. But anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on, starting on the 15th of May, let's play the video. Drones will help researchers to monitor supercell thunderstorms. These rotating storms pummel the central United States with lightning, tennis ball-sized hail and damaging winds every spring and summer, and some, but not all, develop into tornadoes. Previous projects have used single drones flying at an altitude of around 300 metres to take measurements from supercells. The new project will send as many as 4 drones into these storms, flying up to nearly 800 metres in the air to gather data simultaneously on the atmosphere.
And that is the storm that they're showing right there. That is one nasty storm. I live in that part of the world where this is being done, where these storms are at. So this is a normal spring occurrence. And I'd like to know who's actually doing this, because several of our weather stations and radio stations in this area have been involved with these kind of projects. We shot the first F5 in Doppler video, in 4K Doppler video, right out of Tulsa. It's a storm that hit here in Oklahoma. And so I'd like to know if they're on the leading edge of this too, because a lot of this is developed right out of here, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas.
Yeah, just reading the video file came from the University of Nebraska, Lincoln. So
really, well, they get them up there too. So
yeah. Anyway, look, really, really cool use of technology, and the fact that they're sending 4 in there, I think they're going to get some good data out of it. Moving on, I tell you what, speaking of weird things around with drones, another university, the University of Zurich, the Robotics Perception Group, has pioneered the use of event cameras on drones. They use specialized sensors for this type of system, and they're not normally good at interpreting a scene visually like a regular camera, but they're really, really sensitive to motion and responding to changes in a scene in microseconds. So really cool technology, and they're having fun with throwing a ball at a drone. I mean, yeah, that's cool, that's interesting. But together with a decent low altitude management system for drones, having this as a collision avoidance system for drones should be really, really cool.
Well, not only that, I mean, yeah, it will help, but like if an aircraft a drone gets in the wrong place, this is the kind of obstacle avoidance that will pull it out of the way of a possible plane. I
don't know if it'd necessarily get a plane as easily. The stuff they're doing at the moment is an object the same size as the drone, where it can easily work out where to go. So a plane, as an aircraft, is going to be much bigger, and it looks and sees, well, there's aircraft up, down, left, right, and every way I can go, and it's probably going to get confused initially. But the other thing is the speed of the aircraft is going to be a lot higher than 6.5 meters per second, right? So, but either way, the principle of what they're doing and the beginnings of that research, it'll definitely help drone-to-drone collisions, and maybe someday in the future, drone-to-aircraft collisions.
Yeah, I'm sure Mel would have liked something like this when he was doing that video with his Inspire and his
Mavic.
His Mavic, yeah.
Mavic, yeah.
His Mavic Pro. He would have appreciated something like that, because that's exactly what happened, because there's nothing there to keep one drone from flying into another.
Yeah. Okay, next one. We've got only a couple more. Drone vision gives the perfect view of a demolition of smokestacks at the now decommissioned hydro aluminium smelter in Kurri Kurri in New South Wales. Now, the first shot of this is obviously not from the drone. It's a ground shot, but, we're going to have a look at that again. And you would have heard the countdown and the boom and all of those other things if the audio was working, but today's our lucky day.
Oh, that is awesome.
I mean, Ken likes playing with tannerite, but this is the real good stuff.
Sorry, my alarms went off. My dogs.
Your alarms?
Yeah. A mosquito broke wind somewhere in the next county, and they heard it.
Yeah. Really, really cool footage. That came from ABC TV. And finally, we've got something from the Civil Aviation Safety Authority. They've approved the US operator Wing, which is owned by Google, to use drones for the delivery of food and non-prescription medicines to homes in northern part of Canberra. The use of drones in the region is nothing new, but what is good progress, I think, to hear they're now taking it to the next level. Instead of only delivering coffee and burritos, they're delivering medicine. It's also positive to note that so far, the changes made to the aircraft with low noise propellers and other modifications to the aircraft to reduce noise has resulted not only in less noise from the drones, but more importantly, less noise from the residents complaining on the ground about the program.
Well, that's good. Because didn't you do a story on this a couple, 3 weeks ago about they were complaining about the noise and stuff? So, yeah. Yeah.
Look, they've certainly made changes to their systems to reduce the noise, which is really cool. But I think it's really good also using it for medicine, something that is time sensitive. I mean, I like getting my coffee on time too, but I've got a coffee machine downstairs. Medicine, on the other hand, I don't have that downstairs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I stand corrected. We've got one more story. This one was a late one that came in yesterday. So this is some drone footage showing a school of stingray swimming in the waters off Bondi Beach. This is a pretty rare event, which was captured by the Drone Shark app. And, there's people going and looking for sharks around our waters. Everyone hears about Australia being this dangerous place. We're kind of famous for it. But here's the cownose ray swimming in the waters of Sydney's most iconic coastline. There's two different species of cownose ray. And according to the Drone Shark app, which provided the footage for surfers, and shark alerts for beachgoers. It's unusual to see them this far south.
Wow. Those are all rays?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, I won't be swimming in Australia when I get there, if I get there.
Yeah.
Unless you got a nice indoor pool somewhere, because I know the mosquitoes they're about as big as 747s. So yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Now this is normally the bit where I'd play the outro theme song from the news, which would then go into putting the thing on the screen, hello to our guest, but we don't have either of those things. So welcome, Tal. Let's just open his mic. There we go. You've got the applause. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Especially for me, I'm flattered.
Thank you, Tal. Welcome. Tell me, how long ago did Fly There start, and how long have you been flying? There's two questions in one.
Well, Fly There, we started our beta I would say, last August. Mm-hmm. So a bit over 6 to 8 months, something like that. But the idea was incepted like about a year before that. Okay.
And how long have you been flying yourself as a pilot? What, did you fly first, or did you develop software first, or how did you get started?
So I was actually in the process of considering to buy a drone, and I realized that it won't be used so often. Because flying around my area would get boring quite quickly, and to travel to places with the drone is not something you do every day. So part of what I was thinking is, if I were able to fly the drone remotely, basically I could see amazing places all day long. And that's how I thought of Fly There. So I wasn't actually flying a drone before Fly There. It was just something that I was intrigued about, and helped me in the process of coming up with the idea.
Okay. And have you got background in video and technology from a software perspective? Is that the marrying of the two? Yeah.
So I'm a software engineer for over 15 years. About 12 years ago, I also developed some interesting streaming protocols in a company called Ravy that was acquired by Yahoo. And so the whole area of online video streaming, real-time streaming is very close to my heart. And besides it, I just love technology.
Okay. So I mentioned to you that, I'm a geek, and that one of the challenges of making this kind of thing work is making the video streaming work well without giving away your secret sauce, right? So RTMP is the traditional protocol going to YouTube, and it suffers from challenges. You're doing something different, yeah?
Yeah, of course. RTMP is a great protocol if latency is not an issue for you, and you can, watch the live stream in a 5 seconds delay, something like that. When you want to control a live aircraft on the other side of the world, it obviously isn't sufficient. So we developed our protocol to be over UDP. To whoever you don't know, it's a protocol that is just continuously sending the packets without waiting for acknowledgement on the other side. And it's super fast. And that's how we're able to provide the video stream in a super low latency.
Okay. Cool. Well, what we're going to do in just a moment, I was going to play a really cool intro video of yours, which now has no audio. So if you want to do me a favor and talk while that video is up a little bit more about the product, and I'm going to go and reposition myself in the studio and a microphone so that we're going to go and fly in a couple of moments.
Awesome. Great. So let's see. Oh, this video is sort of like a tutorial that we prepared, and it shows how you connect with the operator. In the beginning, you see that the operator, he has the control, and then he hands over the control to you. And once you're in control of the drone, you're flying the drone as if you're actually standing on this beautiful beach flying your own drone. You can control it either with your keyboard, which is the most easy, or if you want a real sensitive controller, you can use a game controller like an Xbox, or your mobile device, which are both sensitive to minor movements, and you can do amazing shots like orbit shots and all of those things. Here we see a beautiful beach in Thailand, and you can basically just go and feel as if you are in different places in the world all the time.
Okay.
I have a question.
Now, just while you continue to ask your questions, I'm just going to open up a web browser. So,
all right. One of the questions I have is part of the thrill of all this would be flying in another country, but like I have a YouTube channel. If I've flown in Bali, I'd kind of like to have the footage that I just did flying in Bali. Would I be able to do that, or how's that work?
Yeah, obviously. So it's a great question, actually. When we initially launched our beta, so you didn't have the ability to take photos or videos, and these were requests that we continuously got from our users. So then we added the ability to snap photos during your flight. And after that, we also added the ability to take videos of your flight. So you have a video capture button, and once you click on it, you get a video that downloads to your computer automatically by the end of the flight.
Oh, okay. That's exactly what I was wondering, because I thought that would be so cool to be able to say, hey, and plus it's good advertising for you. Well, maybe not on my channel because nobody watches my channel, but on other people's channels like Oz by Drone or Ken Heron. They put a video up of them flying, people would watch that channel, but they watch mine too, but not on the same extent that they do.
We actually
I'm going to do something a little bit more dangerous. Not just going and flying there. I'm actually saying I'm going to get my wife to go and pilot today. I'm sitting in her chair where she normally sits. I've moved the microphone over here, And let's go and do this live. So we're at Fly there, and I'm deliberately picking somewhere a little bit different. So I'm picking Manila first because my wife is Filipino, so I thought it would be appropriate to do that. Now, quick little disclaimer, audio to and from the pilot. We've obviously had some troubles with audio when Wirecast crashed, so if it doesn't work, it's not Tal's fault.
Blame it on Telstra. It's always Telstra's fault.
Okay, and also we're using Firefox instead of Chrome. There is a reason for that, and it's related to trying to make it all come through Wirecast, but that's another story. So we're going to go and talk to Copilot. Technology, yeah. I'll let him use that microphone.
That's why he has no hair.
Look who's talking.
Well, see,
Can you take your hat off?
Yeah. It's.
Hang on, let me put you back on the screen. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a little short. Yeah. And it is actually starting to thin up. It keeps up. I'd never have to put on a yarmulke because I'm going to have a natural one there.
You're actually in good shape, Lloyd.
Do what?
You're in good shape, I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I let it grow long, because it hides those spots that are thin.
Okay. So we're currently waiting for Copilot. So just to explain what's already happened, I've already logged in. I've already created an account. It sent me an email. I confirmed it. I go to the homepage and I saw a list of sites that I can go to, and I've picked Philippines first. And obviously he's got to make sure he's not, keenly looking at that. But there we go. We can see in the background right now, we've got, there we go. We've got some audio. Can you hear me at all?
Yes, I can hear you.
You can. Okay, so I've done this a little bit. I'm cheating. I normally would have routed the audio differently, but considering everything's broken, this is what we're doing for now. Okay, so I'm going to hand over to my wife, and you're going to take off, and then hand over the controls to her.
Okay. I'm going to take off now.
You're flying a Mavic 2 Zoom, by the way. In the Philippines, he has a Mavic 2 Zoom. Okay.
Can you see?
Yes, we can see you. We can see you right on the screen there. Now, just let that clear up a bit. There we go. Now, I'll just say for the benefit of my viewers, the quality of the video, can anything else go wrong today? It was absolutely crystal clear yesterday, but today not so much.
Yeah, it can be because of the combination of all that.
Do we have a better connection?
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, I hand you the control. That's fine.
Okay, so my wife has the controls. Just to, when you're a standard user, you've got the ability to go forward, and on the blue keys that you can see on the screen, you can do the yaw and the up and down over there. My wife is Filipino, so I'm going to give the mic to her and have a chat to our pilot or co-pilot, talk about the area.
No, baby.
She's nervous. She's busy flying.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
Tal says you're doing a great job.
She is doing good. Yeah.
She's doing cool. Okay, as you can see on the area, those boats on the water have the fish ponds. That's where
She's not going to talk, Greg.
She's not going to talk, no. Yeah, so there's a place up on the hill. There's a place up on the hill. Turn to the left.
She can also zoom, by the way. It's the Mavic 2 Zoom here.
Yeah, that's mouse click, I assume, for that, or is it plus and minus?
TNG or mouse click.
T and G. Okay, so that's not on the screen yet. But let's go and where's that?
I'll be right back, guys.
On the right side.
Keep going further right.
Yep.
Further right. Keep going. Up on the top of the hill over there. Can you fly over there?
Okay, that's the next one.
Lots of noise in the background, some wind perhaps from our pilot, but that's all right.
It's very windy here today.
Very windy? He'll make sure he keeps you safe. And this is the really good thing about the product, you know. The pilot is always there to take over should that be required. Tal, do you want to add anything?
I'm worried they will hit the thing.
She's doing a great job. I would clear from the cell tower, by the way.
So she just had a little screaming moment, but again, the co-pilot would have made sure that that wouldn't have been a problem.
See my face.
Yes, they can see your face.
This is the cool thing about Flyder, that it's so immersive that you see how your wife is in the experience. It's not just...
Don't have kids, find kites. That should be where you have kids.
Let's go up a little bit.
Up?
Up, yeah. W.
Yeah, that one. That is the
That's a bit better. Okay, you can get a bit closer now. So for the benefit of the viewers, again, we're having a fun day with technology, but there's a cross monument sitting on top of the hillside over there. Okay, I'll let my wife give up the controls, but what I did want to illustrate was even someone who hasn't flown before is able to fly this using Flyder. So I'll jump in, and I'm just going to turn down that audio because it's annoying me a bit. There we
Greg,
go.
try to use the zoom buttons, T and G.
Okay,
So you
T.
can zoom in.
There we go.
But you can control the gimbal with F. You can
Yep,
look
I'm
down.
moving the gimbal down right now as we speak. So this is all, whoops, too far. This is all me. This is not the remote pilot. This is me going and having a look at this location. Sorry? My wife said, "Why is it clear now?" It was all her fault. She was providing interference, I think.
Really?
Okay.
She can slap you for that, Greg. You know, she has my permission.
She can't hear you at the moment. We've turned off the headphones.
It's too bad.
So just really briefly, I'll just go up a little bit and around. So this is, you know, an average Filipino residential area, something that very, very different from what we experience in America or Australia. But, you know, I wanted to share that. I wanted to share that because it was something relevant to my family.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what I'll do, I'll hand over back to the pilot and let you land, and we're going to go to one other place. Thank you very much for being a co-pilot today.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll let you take over. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So let me clear that layer. There we go. And we'll go back to... Okay, there we are. So
Hey,
we've
Greg.
had...
Hey.
Yeah, we've had a little fly. Now, we had a little bit of fuzziness. That was just some internet connectivity issues at the time.
Probably it's it could be that because of the whole setting that you're in a conversation with people internationally, so there was some competition on the video, but you saw how it cleared up during the flight.
Yeah. Can I ask, without again giving away your secret sauce, what do you do? I know that, for example, Skype does dynamic scaling in response to bandwidth issues and they change their pixel size that they send. Are you doing something like that, or what can you share that doesn't give away your secret sauce?
Yeah, we do adaptation to the video quality according to the bandwidth available. So we're adaptive also.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating because my inbound bandwidth theoretically is 115 meg, but it is what it is. Things go wrong with technology. But we're going to go back to the browser in a moment. I'll see Lloyd. I'll put you up on the screen to ask a question or two while I log in and find the next location.
Okay.
I think, by the way, it's worth pointing out, I really liked the point where your wife was like screaming because she was not sure what's going to happen. And that's the thing about Fiverr. It's so immersive that you just immerse yourself in a different place in the world and you're there with your mind for a few moments.
Yeah.
Actually, Lloyd, I'll get you to do me a favor and monitor the chat. I'll get our guests to pick. Would you like Indonesia or would you like Phuket? Rather than me go and pick one, Indonesia or Phuket in Thailand. Now, I'm putting Tal on the spot right there because we spoke about doing Indonesia. Who knows if we pick the other one, maybe that.
They're both great. I personally, I just told you my personal preference, but both
Indonesia
are amazing
or
locations.
Thailand.
Indonesia or Thailand. What are people saying in chat?
Actually, they're asking what that drone is over my shoulder. That's a SEMA drone. Night Train says Thailand. Phuket from Chris Hope.
Thailand, I am ready. Sorry to the Indonesia guy. And again, we're using a different browser than what is recommended. But that was to make it work with Wirecast.
Yeah, so the setting is a bit off also, but everything is working even though.
Yeah.
Just for Chris Hope, this is my oops, turned it upside down. But yeah, this is an old SEMA 8. Actually, it's brand new. I got this before they actually hit the market for it. So yeah, it's a SEMA 8. No, I can't afford a Phantom 4. But I have a Mavic Air. It's not like I don't have a good drone, but hey, everybody starts out with a SEMA.
What do you fly, Tal?
So I'm still with the Mavic Pro, old school. It's just once I got it, it's just working perfectly all the time, and I enjoy flying it. But most of the time, I just have my controller by my computer, and they just fly with Flyder. So I fly the Phantom 4 or the Mavic 2. My preferred drone is the Mavic 2 Zoom, which we have in Manila or in Peru. Which
Just out of interest for people who may want to try this, Tal mentioned using a controller there. I tried using a traditional drone controller, which theoretically should have checked all the boxes, but didn't quite work for me. But certainly you can play around with touch devices as well if you're using an appropriate browser on an iPhone. You can even fly from your phone. But if you're going to use a gamepad, which ones have you tested with specifically, Tal?
So the Xbox controllers are working well. If you're on a PC.
Hello? I'm just going to bring this up now.
Okay, let's continue the conversation afterwards.
Okay. Yep. We're here. We've also got Tal here, and we're on YouTube live at the moment. It's very windy where you are, so it's very hard for me to hear you, but I'll let you take off and let me know when we're ready.
Okay, sure.
I can't hear you very well, too windy.
Will you ever be using this
There's
technology?
our pilot.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Hello, nice to meet you.
Okay, so this is also in Phuket. I think that Moss is actually also.
I'm gonna give you the control.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, just for people who are drone enthusiasts, there's control and then there's full control. So the difference being the left, back and right keys are disabled for someone who is not an experienced drone pilot. Would you be able to give me full control so that I can...
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay, so you,
Thank you. So the only thing that is difficult when you're using... There we go, hang on. The only thing that's difficult is the key repeat. So if I'm trying to yaw using a keyboard, that's challenging. So if I want to try and do an orbit of this little island here,
yeah,
is
I don't
possible.
think I've ever done an orbit with a keyboard.
well, I'm doing it now. Look at that.
Yeah, nice. Wow, great doing it, Greg.
He's a computer nerd, so he ought to be able to use a keyboard like that.
Okay, let's go up.
Awesome.
So the trick is, if you're going to orbit, just press that key once again.
Greg, show us the area a little bit. I'm not sure even myself where we are.
That is
Nice.
So
They want to know the cost. Everybody's asking the cost to fly to be able to do this flying. You know, what's it going to cost per minute or per flight, or how's it going to work?
So at the minute, we're still in beta, so we're offering the flights for free. But we're about to conclude our beta about around the end of the month. And then the cost of flight would be as low as $750. Depends on the type of subscription you make.
$7.50 or what? $750? No.
No, not $750, $7.50.
I say, man, those guys are getting paid well. Let me fly my
oh,
drone
we've got
for
it.
you.
Oh, hang on.
No,
Let me just.
we actually want to access it to anyone. So it's gonna be.
By the
very
way,
cheap
just
to fly.
I'll just interrupt. Is that a kite over there? Okay.
A what?
We've
It's
got-
a hang glide. Yeah, a paraski.
Oh, a paraglider. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, we got two of them.
Easy.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome that you caught that there. Now, see, that would be a reason.
Take a photo of it,
Yeah.
Greg.
So if I wanted to capture that, I just click
Where's
on photo button there. And we've also got the wind farm things happening over there.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool.
yes, very good.
Yeah, paragliders. That's
Look
what
how
they do.
beautiful the beach is over there.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. And Tal, let me ask you, Tal, when I'm flying like this, I can see what I can see, but if I click the capture or record button, even if my bandwidth is limited and not the perfect quality, are you going to get a better quality recording coming back to you?
So this is a feature that we're working on also that will allow you to purchase the actual photo from the drone's SD card.
Yep.
But at the moment, you're getting the photo that you see in the quality that you see on your screen.
Okay,
But
got it.
in the
got
future,
it.
you'll be able to purchase it separately.
Which means I would get wonderful photos, Greg, and you just get crap.
Are you trying to make me kind of feel jealous again?
Yeah.
So this is interesting. Having a look at the, where are we?
Yeah,
In
Beach.
Phuket,
Yeah, I'm just having a look at the height. So that's above ground level, 171 meters. Okay, so definitely the height restrictions in Thailand, I assume are we too high? How high are we allowed to go in Thailand?
90 meters, like 300 feet.
Oh, so I should go down. I'm too high?
No, we're just 171 meters.
Oh, okay, so 190 is the limit there.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
300, yeah.
Okay. Definitely mountainous. And, you know, this is what I really love about this, right? So someone who's flying for the first time, you've got the co-pilot who's designed to keep you safe. who knows all of the local laws of what you can and can't do and make sure you're doing the right thing. Let's have a quick look at that lighthouse over there. Is it a lighthouse?
Also, you can see the tip of the cape over there. It's called Promet Cape, which is
on
really
the left
beautiful.
side, you can see that is the viewpoint from Tep.
Yeah.
Very nice place. Also, there's a temple.
So I tell you what, guys, I'm having a lot of fun here.
Yes.
I reckon we just forget the show and I'm just going to keep flying this afternoon. Does that work for everyone?
Mark's DroneWorks wants to know what is the quality of the downloaded video? Would it be 780 or 720 or 1080 for the downloaded footage?
It's 720.
720. Okay, that's still high definition.
Yeah.
At the moment, in the future, you'll be able to purchase the 4K video
Okay,
from the drone directly.
yeah. That would, several people put up that would be awesome to be able to do too. Because I mean, I could see some of us, like with me, I don't get out and fly that often, but I could see, be worth, a few fair dollars to get some good video like this and say, hey, I flew this, and put it up and throw it in, once a month to have a video of where I flew at. I could see doing that.
We actually had last month.
I'll just interrupt for a minute because I am enjoying so much. What I'm going to do is, since there is a third side up there, we'll keep talking. We're going to hang up and I'll let you land that drone for me, take control, and we'll do the last one. We've got the trifecta. Thank you very much for letting us fly with you today.
Yes, welcome. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome to Thailand.
Thank you. I love Thailand. I've been there a few times and I want to go back. So thank you very much.
Yes, welcome to Thailand.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, stay.
So I'll come back over here and change that
I
shot.
think, Greg, you're going to be the first person flying a drone in 3 different continents, 3 different countries in one live show.
Okay, cool. I'll do it. No problem. I have no problem with this. Oh, okay, I'll get you to disconnect from that session.
Last month, I
friend.
was starting to say we had a competition.
I'll get you to disconnect from that session for me, please.
Okay, I'm going to end the flight now, right?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
And we had many people capture videos and post them on social networks of their flights. And then we had a draw, and the winner got a tello sent to him.
Okay,
Cool.
So yeah, many people use the video capture feature, which is amazing.
My wife's asking me, are we going to Indonesia now? And I said, yes.
Indonesia is really spectacular. I love the place. I've never been there though.
I haven't been to Indonesia. It's on my to-do list. So
yeah, so many places you want to go to, and it's so complicated, time-consuming, money-consuming. And me in my past, I used to travel I was traveling for over 2 years of my life. And now when I'm, married and I have a family and I can't travel so much, I started thinking, how can I continue to see these amazing places? And it all connected to me together with a drone. And that's how I came up with LiDAR.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Let me ask you, Tal, have you thought of other applications other than virtual tourism? Hello, yes, I can hear you. Just sharing with you, we're on YouTube live streaming at the moment, and Tal's here with us as well.
Oh, that's not me.
Had a little bit of grass.
Yeah. That just shows that it's a real drone.
Definitely not a simulation.
Yeah.
Okay, it's frozen. I hope it hasn't kind of lost a prop and gone over the cliff.
Yeah. Try to refresh the page.
That's okay, John. He scraped the bottom of the barrel and got me to stand in for you. So,
There we go. Okay, I'll get that back up. Hello, are you there? Hang on, it's got to share my microphone again. Hello, are you there?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Junior.
Hey, Junior. So let's go for a fly.
Alright, took off. So you already have the controls.
So tell me, what have we got around here? We've got the coastline, we've got the beach.
Yeah, we have some surfers. We have some beautiful resort and day clubs.
Girls in bikinis.
One of my co-hosts asked the question, have they got girls in bikinis?
Yeah, I think so. If you see on the beach.
Can you give me full control so I can use the left and right as well? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, full control now.
Thank you. Okay, have we got zoom on this one? Have we got any bikinis? Now, I'm not suggesting for our viewers that the use of this technology should be used to focus on
bikinis.
Why, of course not. But you know darn well everybody was thinking that. I just asked the question everybody was afraid to.
Okay.
Oh, some guy in his shorts and pushing his golf bag. Thanks a lot, Greg. Really ruined my day.
Oh, why is the zoom coming from there? There we go.
Because you're crashing into the cliff.
My forward key is now doing the zoom somehow. There we go.
You're still zoomed in, I think, no?
No. It's zoomed out now. But here's a bug for you, Tal. If you finish doing some zoom with your mouse, and then if I press up arrow to go forward, it's controlling the zoom, not the forward. So
it can be maybe something,
the browser
extension that you have installed in the browser.
Yeah, possibly.
That is taking over the keys.
Yeah.
So now it's okay?
Yeah.
Check
So
out, by the way, the color.
I've got to click outside of the camera zoom to fix that. Oh, here we go.
Check out, by the way, the color of the water. That always amazes me.
Okay, Lloyd, are you ready for something to amaze you?
Oh yeah, here we go. Just don't let it be some 80-year-old woman that's sunbathing on the beach. I do not want to see that.
Now this is digital zoom, is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
This is digital zoom because this is the Mavic Pro.
Yeah, you got to get the Mavic zoom for the beaches with... Anyway, let's leave that alone.
It's important to say that we're flying over public areas over here, so there's nothing that, says
in other words, this isn't
fly.
A topless beach, right?
Yeah, it's not a topless beach, but it's also not a private beach, so it's allowed to fly and to see, people,
Okay.
just as paparazzi would be.
This is absolutely awesome. And it is very immersive. The video quality, look, I'm a geek. And I think you've done an absolutely incredible job with the video. I know the challenges that people have with live streaming. And I mentioned to you the other day, I can't wait till YouTube and other vendors start using SRT instead of RTMP. I look forward to that day.
I'm just amazed every time again from the color of the water here. It's just
yeah, that water is beautiful. Yeah.
So let's go up a little bit.
Do you think you'll ever start doing something besides this? Do you think maybe you could do something like creating a format for like videos for people like us instead of having to put up with YouTube's garbage? You can come up with the technology and host it.
Perhaps, but when you create a startup company, you need to focus in certain directions, and there's many potential directions that are more in our ballpark before going head to head with huge companies like YouTube, which are doing an amazing job. So yeah, I actually think that the live streaming of YouTube, Twitch, Facebook Live, they're all doing a pretty amazing job. They only have a few seconds of latency, which is not critical for most use cases.
Could I ask another tech question, a geek question again? I'm assuming that your video protocol is using JavaScript in some way, shape, or form underneath?
Well, I must tell you that I didn't actually code here the protocol. My coding days are quite over. I'm still a software engineer, but I've just not personally coded here, so I won't be able to tell you exactly how it's done.
Lovely pool down there. I'd love to go for a swim right now. So we've done 3 continents in 30 minutes or thereabouts. So I'm going to say thank you to Junior. Thank you very much for being my co-pilot, and I'll talk to you again in the near future.
By the way, you can ask Junior.
Thanks, Junior.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So I'll let him hang up. There we go. And we've got some photos there. So let me close that window and go over back to
You'll also get these photos sent to your email.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. And it's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, so you're welcome to share them and download them and do whatever you like with them.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what's going to happen next. I'm going to ask you to stay just for a couple of minutes more, let our audience come up with a few questions, and we'll have some more discussion. And also, I've got to get my microphone back to where it's meant to be. So while that's happening, I'm going to put up this week's FPV Korner video. And Lloyd, if you have a look at the run sheet, or Tal, either one of you, and you can chat about who it is while I try and reposition the studio.
I don't have the run sheet.
Wait,
the audio is working, kind of. It's working out of the local speakers. There we go. Let's see if I can fix it while I'm here now.
Amazing.
Oh, I think.
Oh my God, I couldn't understand how come my phone is ringing in my computer.
Have you got that for your ringtone?
Yeah, that's my ringtone. What are the odds?
That's scary. Gotta watch Greg. You never know what he's up to.
So right now I'm walking back to
we're
the normal
talking
spot.
about Flyder, and he hacked my phone and took my ringtone.
That's it. You got it. Yeah, he'll do that stuff. You got to watch him.
Well, you got to remember, it's normally Israelis that are famous for hacking other parts of the world in terms of their security technology. It's our turn to get back.
Yeah, exactly. And my ringtone, man, that's something you don't do. Wow, these are amazing shots.
Tal, have you got the run sheet in front of you that I sent you earlier?
Yeah, let me take a look at it. Yeah, I do have it. FPV Korner. Yeah, what do you want to know?
Just share with people any of the info about the clip while I go and pour myself a drink now that I've finished flying.
Okay, so this is found an old shed, one pack bando, and it's from Cruise 3Z FPV. That's the website.
Cruises FPV on YouTube, yeah.
Let me see if there's some more information about it over here. Oh, no, it's just a link. Yeah, that's beautiful.
And there we go. That's the end of the clip today. We'll go back to the studio. Tal, have we got any questions in the chat? And I can't see it today. I don't have my laptop here. This is like Osby Drone Unplugged. So, Lloyd, can you see any questions there for Tal?
It's such a great idea. I wish you could, let's see. Call God FPV, that's cool. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there is any.
I'll let you read. And while you do, I'm going to ask, I was halfway through asking this before. Other applications. So commercial applications. John, yeah?
John wants to know, are the locations chosen primarily for their relaxed drone laws?
Not primarily, but that's part of the considerations. Although I must say that in the US, it's not an issue to fly it if you're licensed and you have a visual observer. So there's nothing, that would prevent you from doing it also in the US. And I don't know if any of you have seen the video where Ken Heron is flying his, letting other people control his drone. But obviously, if it's a country with very strict drone laws, we wouldn't operate over there.
Yeah, Greg Helt wants to know if you fly in the UK. Can you fly in the UK?
We currently don't have operators over there, but if we do decide to go over there, we'll check with the local operators.
Okay. You mentioned before about, I think, $790 or $750 or whatever to go fly somewhere. Is that a pricing model that's going to be varied based on other locations? Obviously, the different economies and so forth?
So at the moment, it will be mainly varied according to the type of subscription you do. So if you do just a one-time flight, it will cost you one thing. If you do like a monthly subscription, so it will be reduced. You'll see once we go live how the price model will be exactly. But at the moment, it will be more about the subscription type that you do.
Yeah. Okay. And where I was going before, commercial applications. So, for example, someone who's doing a visual inspection of a roof for an insurance company. And let's say the insurance company, it's a complicated job. They want to get their roof guy in and he can control the aircraft remotely. Are you going to look at some commercial applications like that, for example?
Well, not in the near future. We're mainly focused on the experience and making it a fun experience that anyone can fly the drone in different parts of the world. The commercial applications that we do see are promoting luxury resorts that want people to see them before booking. So let's say you're planning now a vacation in, I don't know, in Seychelles or in Thailand, and you see different hotels and resorts. So instead of just looking at the photos that are photoshopped and everything, you'll be able to fly in this area and see the actual location for yourself, and then know that no one is, showing you just a certain part or beautiful places where it's actually not beautiful, and you'll be able to see the whole surrounding.
Okay. Look, that sounds like a good model. Go ahead, Lloyd.
A couple more questions that popped up. Let's see. One of them is when flying, is the owner the one responsible for flying, say, in uncontrolled airspace or in controlled airspace? Is the owner of the drone the one responsible for? In other words, if somebody flies into controlled airspace, they're the ones that get in trouble, right?
Right. The remote pilot in command is at all the times the person with the drone. So at any given moment, he's fully in charge of what happens on the flight. He basically gives you the control and lets you fly, but he is in control of the flight, and he can take back the control at any given moment.
And somebody wants to know, Mark's DroneWorks wants to know what's involved in being an operator.
You need to have a drone that is one of the drones that we work with, that is the Mavic Pro and higher for DJI. And you need to operate in a certain region that we operate. So, yeah.
John wants to know where to go. I just lost it again. I've seen his question 3 times and I keep missing it, John. Oh, there it is. Is the observer technically the pilot in command? Because you said they have to have a visual observer, So
the remote pilot in command is the one with the license. The visual observer doesn't have a license requirement. It just needs to be a visual observer.
Okay.
But the remote pilot in command is the person with the license. We're talking about U.S. law, FAA.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a question I want. So let's see, I'm not Part 107 here in the U.S., so I don't. But let's say Chris Hope who, let's say he's part 107 and he's flying down to Texas, and I want to fly, and he's with you guys with Fly There. He's one of your operators, and I want to fly in Texas. Do I have to have the license, or is it he that has to have the license?
No, so that's what I was saying. He has to have the license.
Okay, all right. We're because basically he has actual control of the aircraft, or can take control of it at any second. So no matter what. Okay.
Right, and he has also visual line of sight with the aircraft.
Right. Okay. And iSpike wants to know, is there a franchise, and can I offer flying my drone in the outback country of Australia? If you want to see God forsaken,
Can I just say,
that's the place to go.
Tal, can I just say, Spike has got the best location you could ever come up with. It's in the middle of nowhere. So if you want to film dirt and have no obstacles anywhere, that's Spike. He's there for you.
Well, he can send us an email to support@flythere.com and communicate with us directly. Besides that, we also have the ability in the website to apply to being a co-pilot, and you can fill in your details, and once the area gets relevant, we'll get back to you. But you can also send us an email to support@flythere.com.
Yeah, Spike would be good. He's got no problems with airspace. There's nothing for hundreds of kilometers.
John says dirt in a bikini. Good one, John. You were paying attention to what I said. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
One more question here. Night Train, he's been asking some good questions. So the pilot with the license is held responsible, and say here in the United States, whoever's got hold of the drone physically, it has to have a Part 107, right?
Yes.
Here in the States, they have to be licensed to the country they belong to.
Right.
Okay.
So hypothetically, what is the responsibility in the US of the visual observer? I'm curious, because I know if Ken Heron was, for example, flying and he maybe used Kelly Green as a visual observer, and something happened, who's responsible?
I think the person that is responsible at all the time is there a remote pilot in command, the pilot, the one with the license. The visual observer, from what I understand, but I'm not 100% on that, the visual observer is assisting him, but he is the one that is responsible for the flight because he's the pilot in command.
Yeah, I was being a little bit cheeky because there was a flight where Ken crashed one time, and his visual observer, he chastised him severely later. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, he did.
Anyway, look, I don't want to keep you any further. We've gone overtime, and that's okay because this was such a good story to tell. I really and truly wish you the best of luck. You know, when we first spoke on the phone, I was trying to understand how your business model was going to work long term. I think this is just my thinking, right? I think what you're doing with your subscription and per flight kind of stuff is cool, but I think there's a lot to be found in that hotel market. I think you're going to get a lot of interest there. I think that'll be good for you.
Definitely. And also you need to remember that this is something very new that we have created here. And to predict how human creativity is going to take it forward is kind of difficult. Okay, because once we open the platform so anyone can become an operator, people will take it to places that we can't even imagine at the moment. And we're also adding broadcasting capabilities, so people will be able to basically take their audience on a flight and then let them remotely control the drone when everyone is watching. And it's going to be really amazing, this whole, flight partying together. And,
yeah, we didn't get to talk about that today. I'll just quickly mention it. We did talk about it beforehand. So just imagine today, I'm doing this show today, and we invite one of our viewers in chat, hey, who wants to go fly? And all of a sudden we pick someone and they go fly, and we get to have a look at it on our screen. That's going to be awesome when that's available.
Yeah, so it will be available in the very near future.
Okay.
Well, this is totally awesome. I hope it works out really well for you. I'm looking forward to see. I seem to have always caught you when you're on one of these live streams. This is the first time I've got to talk to you, but I've seen you so many times. It's like I'm always impressed.
Thank you so much, Lloyd. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Well, we're going to let you go now, Tal. What time is it for you now?
It's just 5 in the morning here.
Tal,
Greg,
I want to thank
he
you
was yawning earlier, so.
very much for getting up so early for us. Very much appreciated, and thanks to all of your pilots
Great.
as well.
My pleasure. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I enjoyed.
Nice
Thanks,
meeting
Tal.
you, Tal.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Oh, actually, Tal, are you still there?
Yeah? Yeah?
I nearly forgot something. We don't have the fancy title and for the normal Stump the Yank question, but I've got one. And what did we call it? We're going to eat the falafel.
Yeah, eat the
Because the
falafel.
falafel is apparently the national food of Israel, where you're from. Yeah, so I've got a question for you. It's a single question, and Lloyd, I'll let you come up with the answers.
Okay.
I think you will. I think, Lloyd, I hope you know the correct answer to this so that it's one of it. And if you don't, just let me know. What is the whacker? What is the whacker?
Wow, I have no clue.
Do you know the correct answer, Lloyd?
No.
You don't. I've got a Stump the Yank question, which stumped the Yank and the Israel. I'll pick a couple of answers.
Is that like an Australian phrase?
Yeah, so these are Australian questions, right? The first answer I'm going to give you is it's a football ground. The second answer I'll give you is it's something that guys use on their other half to whack them with. It's a whacker. The third answer, it's a cricket ground. Take your pick.
I would go with
What was the first choice?
stadium something.
Football?
I would the
Football, wife, or cricket?
I didn't completely understand what was the second one, but I'll
Something
go with
that you whack your wife with. It's a whacker.
From the way that you're so excited about saying that, so I would say from your body language, I would say that that's the one.
Yeah, my wife is saying that. She's saying number 2 as well, but it's actually the last one. It's a cricket ground.
Cricket.
The West Australian cricket ground.
I had
Okay.
no idea. No idea.
There you go. Look, thanks for being a good sport, and thanks for staying those few seconds more so that we could
Sure.
eat the falafel.
Great. I enjoyed it. And yeah. Next time you come to Israel, and I'll also ask you a few stump you here with Israeli phrases.
Okay. Thanks again. Have a great one.
Bye-bye.
Okay, back to Lloyd.
Yeah, I'm here.
Lloyd, so just a quick one for you. This is a quick message directly to you. Your
Okay.
prize from last time is in the mail. It's gone.
Oh,
So
awesome.
this is
Awesome.
the part of the show where we normally talk about giveaways and competitions and what have you. So that's gone. The other one that we were going to do this week, which was delayed from last week, is delayed again because I don't have a laptop here and I can't do all of the stuff I need to do. For those watching right now, it's the KDFO video rig kit for an Osmo Pocket. Highly recommend you to have a look on the channel and have a look for that competition. It's really easy. You've just got to tell us what do you want us to do with testing it. Now, the good news is we've already picked what we're going to do for testing this product out. We're going to run over it with my car. Ken Heron said, if it's really as strong as you told us it's going to be, then run over it with your car. So I'm going to do that. And even scarier than that, my wife's going to be driving.
you're going to get whacked, that's for sure.
I'm going to get whacked. She needs a whacker for me.
Yeah, exactly.
So the filming of that due to some technology challenges has been delayed. So as soon as I get to film my wife running over the prize, then we'll give it away if there's anything left. Okay. So we've reached the end of the show. We're going to watch Explore Australia. A couple of quick messages beforehand. If you want to send us anything, upload at gregkuhnert.com. I don't have the funky thing to put on the screen. Apologies, but upload at gregkuhnert.com. If you would like to send us stuff, that's the email address. Also, Dronebook. Go to dronebook.org. Hopefully our chatbot has been telling you about that during the show today. There have been some changes in Dronebook, and it's certainly looking a lot better. The news feed is looking really good on your homepage, so check that out. And that's all we've got for now. Please do give us a thumbs up if you like today's show. Leave a comment after the show. That would be appreciated. But for now, let's watch this week's Explore Australia. Now, apologies, the sound is in the background today because we had these audio problems, so I'm going to move my microphone closer to it to make it louder. But the first clip is FNQ, so that's Far North Queensland RC Adventures. So this was filmed with a Mavic Pro at Bahana Gorge, Queensland, Australia, filmed in 4K at Bahana Gorge. 4-kilometre walk needed to reach the falls with plenty of places for swimming.
Oh, that is awesome. That looks like good whitewater rafting area.
I don't know that I'd be whitewater rafting down that.
No, not that one. No. That looks like, no. But those swimming holes in the middle at the bottom, though, that's awesome. That would be a good place to. That is gorgeous.
And our second one today from Electric Images, Australia. This is a compilation of video that he took on a camping trip to Waroona Station, just south of Coral Bay on the Ningaloo coast. Didn't get as much drone footage as he would have liked due to some windy days. We all have those, but still getting a good idea of the area. He filmed this using a Phantom 4 Pro.
Oh, wow.
Now, just a quick comment about these videos and indeed all of the ones in the news segments as well. The links to the channels or the sources where they came from are all in the description. I encourage all of our viewers today to spend the time after the show, click on the description and go and check out some of those channels and support those creators. Looks like it's feeding time.
Yeah, it does. What? Are those sharks down there? Yeah. Feeding time for the sharks.
Yeah. Third clip today, Drone Zone 601. This is from Mount Gambier. This is Valley Lakes and Centenary Tower, Mount Gambier, South Australia. This is an area that our regular co-host John, who was in chat today, would know very well. He's got family and friends over in the Mount Gambier region.
I like that shot right there.
Yeah, so this is apparently Centenary Tower.
I'd like to know the story behind that tower.
Are you giving me a challenge?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're going to show something, John says the mount. Okay. Great place to fly inside the old volcano.
I'll come back to that, but Simon Cooper, another low-flying video, this time flying very low to ground between bushes, bollards and trees at the St Ignatius College, Athelstone, South Australia. Footage is taken with a Mavic Air. But back to Centenary Tower for a minute. Oh, hang on, now we've got another one. Oh, try again. Beach Andy, he's filming at Seldex Hill coastline, around 50 kilometres south of Adelaide, on the Fleurieu Peninsula. But back to that tower though. Whilst visiting wonderful Mount Gambier region, you should take a walk up to Centenary Tower to get the most scenic panoramic views of Mount Gambier and the coast. The beautiful tower is located 190 metres above sea level and provides the best views of the city and its beautiful countryside and the volcanic landscape. There you go.
Okay. But when was the tower built?
Lloyd. 1904.
Thank you. That's exactly what I needed to know.
I'm just stepping over myself as I'm moving around today with no audio and pointing a microphone at the speakers. So, and you're just deliberately making life hard for me.
You know what we're supposed to do? Oh no, I'm supposed to make it easier for you. I'm sorry, Craig. Screwing up.
Okay. And last one, this is the Voodoo Classic surfing competition from Cronulla, Sydney, New South Wales, which is literally 10 minutes away from my home. I've filmed some stuff there before myself, which I've published, and this is created by, I like the channel name, SKIDS Surfing and Shooting. I don't know about the shooting. Hopefully it's shooting videos because, of course, we're not from America. We don't have every second person walking down the street with something on their hip. But, yeah, the Voodoo Classic from Cronulla, Sydney, New South Wales.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I am. Federation when that was built, and they built a lot of stuff like that. Okay.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was reading what John said. I think it goes back to the tower that was built in Federation year, and he said they built a lot of. You guys built a lot of stuff like that. That tower.
Okay. Now, Lloyd, let me just ask you one other question. This particular area here, is there any place better on Earth? Just look at that.
Yeah, I know. That's gorgeous. I mean, everybody knows that if you go, I'm not a surfer. They wouldn't get my fat butt on no board like that. But anyways, or in deep water for that matter. But if you're going to surf, the best place to surf is Australia. You know, it is, Hawaii is good, but when you get to the real pro level stuff, you have to go to Australia.
Yeah.
You have the beautiful, I love the color of the ocean there. It's just that blue there that is just like nothing I've ever seen. Although that was some pretty footage, pretty place we were flying today.
Yeah, it was awesome. Look, I've seen fly there previously on other people streaming it and doing stuff with it, and that was cool. But actually doing it, it's more immersive than you think. I can't describe it any other way.
I can only imagine. I mean, like you said, I've seen them on several places too, and I mean, when he showed that controller, all I could think of was Ken Heron.
Mate, it was good. It was really good. By the way, I was going to try this. I was going to try the flight yoke, but it didn't work either. So
that
it was worth a try.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Yeah. Okay, we've reached the end of the show. It was an awesome day today. Next week, we're going to hopefully give away that. Hang on a second. I'm in trouble. I took away the piece of paper from my producer, my wife. Thank you, darling, and thank you for cooking for today. We've got today is election day in Australia. And it's definitely the silly season at the moment. And we're going to watch it on TV tonight, have a few people over for a little bite and so forth. Yep. Looking forward to seeing what happens, whatever it is,
I was on a live stream. This morning, and one of the guys come in and said they had to vote today because they were in Australia. And I said, whatever you do, don't vote Labor.
Okay. And whatever you do, don't park your car in a dodgy spot. Did you see that video I put up?
Video.
That wasn't my car, no, but they are targeting polling places. Crazy. Anyway, I'll leave that alone. Look, Thank you for watching. Please, if you've enjoyed today's show, give it a thumbs up. And after we've finished streaming today, put a comment in there. The comments really do help us to have our videos
and Mr. Heron here
grow around and other people see them. Sorry, what?
Mr. Heron is in the chat.
Oh, hello, Mr. Heron. You only had 2 countries when you had Fly there. I had 3, so nah.
He'd break a controller in his live stream.
Yeah, I didn't. Anyway, let's leave that alone. That was awesome. I should have had that video. I should have had that. For those of you who want to try going with Fly there, don't do this. Anyway.
That's classic.
Yeah. Okay. That's all for today. See you next time. Bye-bye for now.
Bye, everyone.